into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everybody! Oh, it's so good to
Hello,
hear
AfterBuzzers. Hey, welcome to another.
Okay, I guess I was hearing some other people.
I was thinking some people were joining us tonight. Great.
Welcome back to another awesome after show here at AfterBuzzz TV. I am your host, Alexis Torres. We're here for Sense8, Season 1, Episode 7, W.W.N Double D, which is What Would Nancy Drew Do? And I love that. I am your host, Alexis Torres. I already said that. And you can find me all over the interwebs as atorres890. I am joined by my lovely gentleman again. It is so good to be back.
I'm so happy the gang is back together.
The gang is back together. So
It makes me
excited.
well now. I think I'm gonna leave. No,
After that, that's rude. Come on.
how dare you? No, I'm so
I tried to be
happy.
nice.
I'm so happy. It's we were all sensating across the country.
But we were always connected, just as
Yeah.
the Sense8s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you,
And
guys
I am.
did you guys like my video?
We
did.
loved it.
I was kind of pissed though because last week we did the show, Nicholas and I, and everybody on a YouTube chat room. Which, by the way, you can comment there. We're live on YouTube right now, and
So you guys should probably say your names before we continue.
Cameron Louis.
Nicholas Grava.
That's the only camshaft.
At Nicholas Grava.
Look at these guys.
Nicholas Grava.
Professionals.
Only camshaft.
There we go. And so we're talking about the show last week, and everybody's commenting. They're like, yeah. What did Alexis think?
Oh,
Every
you
other.
guys.
No. Okay, let's
And then
actually
they saw
talk
the
about
video, and they're like, oh, thank God.
that. It's like, are we nothing?
No, that's not
Are
true.
we nothing to them?
Well, I appreciate it, but at the same time, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I
you
know that
should
they
be.
love you. They love you guys. Everyone says how cute Nicholas is, how they can dive into like Cameron's eyes. Like, come on.
Okay, I'll take
I don't
it.
get that.
They do
I'll
say
take
that.
it.
They do say that.
Well,
You know what I get? I get like, oh, I hope she's really uncomfortable with this orgy scene. And I'm like, I was. Your wish has been granted.
Oh, that's funny.
So shut up. Okay.
I was
At least
kind
you
of
guys get
upset we
pretty
didn't have one in episode 7, to be honest with you.
I was expecting one from
Really?
here on out, every
And
episode.
every
Every
episode, we're
episode.
just gonna have an
Yeah.
orgy every single time. I was
Kind
expecting
of.
there at least to be one sex scene, at least once.
Wasn't?
No, we
Was?
didn't. Did we have one? No, I don't think we.
No.
No, we didn't. It was just a lot of. There's a lot. No, you know what there was? There was a lot of killing. That's what that was.
Yes,
that.
a lot of
There was.
shooting and killing.
A whole
and-
lot.
There's so much.
Yeah, there
So
was.
much going on.
Yeah.
That's
But
sad.
we should jump into it.
Let's do
So again, thanks guys for hanging out with us. You can always follow us on Twitter. Please talk about what you guys are thinking about the season so far. I mean, I know you guys have already watched it, but still, letting us know how we're doing. Hang out with us on the live chat. All three of us are keeping up with it.
That's right.
Always use the hashtag ABTVSense8 so that we can check out stuff, and I would love that very much. But I want to dive in to this very meaty episode because we had a lot going on. I think Nomi was the main one of this whole episode.
Yeah, she had a pretty good
She
plot
seemed to
line.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the show definitely is starting to take a turn from what it was in the beginning. What? What's that face over there?
Nothing.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't want to confess to anything?
No.
Okay. Like watching episode 8 by accident?
So, guys, because I missed...
Couldn't let her
I
know.
missed last week, so in my brain it told me, oh, I missed an episode, so I need to watch episode 8, not episode 7. And then I realized I haven't seen episode 7, so I watched both of them at the same time. So I'm a little ahead.
Wait, both at the
I'm
same time?
Well, not at the same time, but I watched
Oh.
them both.
Do you believe her story?
No.
No, not a bit. Not a
She
bit.
was going, everybody's talking about episode 8. I hate Andrew. I hate Cameron. Like, what?
I didn't mean it, guys.
It's offensive, but I'll accept it. We'll move on because we have no other choice.
So dumb.
Sorry, but
Shout
I
out to
mean-
Chris, actually, who says they're watching and they're tuning in. They go episode by episode with
Hey!
us.
Oh, thanks,
And it's
guys.
like 5:20
I'm very happy
exactly,
about
or
that.
5:24 where they are. So
Oh,
hello,
holy smack.
Chris,
Oh,
and thanks for
holy smacks.
watching.
But well, we appreciate that you guys are hanging out with us, even though it's like real early, and we appreciate it that you guys are doing it an episode at a time. I really love that, and I'm sorry. I will say it out and shout it from the rooftops that I am sorry that I watched the episode
back to Nomi.
It happens.
Anyway, so Nomi, we get to meet up with her. Alexis is a liar.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I just saw that too. Andrew Fed, YouTube.
Thanks, Andrew. You're making me feel so great. So of course we get to meet up with your weird hacker friend, Bug, and he was like super freaking creepy at first. I mean, I'm glad that he gave her a very interesting compliment.
Yeah.
That he would do her, but not in that way.
That's, I mean,
I was like,
yeah.
what?
That
And there
was an
was
interesting compliment.
They had a little like play on, he's showing. I think he said like, "Oh yeah, like when I got this, gave me a serious hard on," and she was like, "I know what you mean."
And then I love that look that he gave her, like,
Yep.
But do you though?
Yeah.
I didn't think that guy would be the kind of guy to have like tech stuff in his van. I thought, I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I understand, but I also
I don't know. He read a little. He was pretty techie to me.
he had a lot
Yeah.
of
He
lingo.
didn't read like not tech. Like he wasn't like super. Like someone that's not techie, I would think would be like super clean cut and like he was kind of like edgy and all over
yeah.
the place and like definitely codes at
I
night.
can see it. Definitely codes at night.
Yeah.
Hitting the C++ and Java in his sleep.
Everybody is making me feel like such shit.
Why?
Because everyone's like, you should feel deep shame.
Oh, that's terrible that they would ever say the truth like that.
The truth like that, jerk.
So she got some pretty good gear though from him. Some
She
gear
did.
that I was surprised she was gonna get her hands on. Like
Yeah.
some of the stuff I had no idea. Like with those real words that she was saying, she was like, "Is this the Waterworks 520 or something like that?"
I would never know.
Me neither.
I would never know. I just take
I
her
went
word for it.
to Fry's Electronics after the show.
Did you run?
Couldn't find any of it.
I worked at Fry's Electronics, and I know for a fact we don't have those, but I also
See?
wasn't paying attention. So
It's also like illegal. Most of the stuff they were using, so I guess maybe wouldn't know about
yeah,
it.
and I love how my subtitles when I'm watching Sense8 on Netflix, it doesn't say Amanita, it says Neats on there as her nickname. So every time when I right? It's in parentheses. It says Neats, Neets, and I'm
Neat.
like, Neats. That's really neat. And so I've been calling her that in my notes. So, but I love how she was just like, "Isn't this like really illegal?" And I'm like, "You just busted your girlfriend out of a hospital. That's pretty freaking illegal. So I feel like you've already crossed the line. You have a runaway."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
like get on the board. You're already deep in
Yeah,
this.
like you're way in there.
Yeah, I
At
agree.
this point, but but I was very surprised because I did want to see her hacker side, and I'm really glad that they really showed
Yes.
it. Like,
Yeah,
she
I
was
kind of
super
forgot
spot.
about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about it because we haven't heard anything about it for like.
I mean, they would drop a line, if that, barely. One sentence,
Yeah.
quickly, and it would be about her past or something. Like, maybe it was like 2 episodes we haven't heard anything.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Sense that.
yeah, because I mean,
Made her put the glasses on,
yeah,
zoned her in.
Mm-hmm.
zoned her in.
No mistyle.
Well, I'm not going to go way too much into Nomi because there's a lot that happens to her and
Yeah.
Neats in this story. But I want to talk about Leto and how he's now
got it.
having Hernando as his bodyguard, which makes sense. So now they can go out and
Mm-hmm.
have a good time. And they went out to dinner. Was that selfie thing that was going on at dinner, like with all the girls that came up and they're all taking selfies and stuff like that? I was just like, what? Is that how that works when you're famous?
I bet. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
absolutely.
But it
That
was,
is
but it was
legitimately-
all at the same time. Like they don't do like
Oh,
one
I
by
definitely
one.
think they'd probably go one by one.
Okay,
But
'cause-
or maybe they're just snapping it all. Like
Yeah.
I'll take these and then I'll get my one
Boom,
and
boom,
then I'll
boom.
back out.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Rapid
Yeah,
fire.
It was
Yeah.
a rapid fire selfie, and I was like, okay.
That
Yeah.
alone, I think,
All right.
honestly, I think when I saw that scene, it was just like, I don't know that I ever want that level of fame.
No.
Because it's, I mean, to have, first of all, to have to hide the person you are behind the scenes. Second of all, to have that person hide who they are
Yeah.
in public. That's weird.
The idea of being in
rough.
public and being watched, like knowing
Constantly?
that
Yeah.
more than half the place is watching you, that must be. I mean, I get why people go a little off their ledge sometimes because
Yeah.
that's highly uncomfortable. And I
Yeah.
don't care what the people are like. Oh, you sign up for that? I beg to differ. You don't sign up for that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, even though you know that celebrities go through having no privacy, it's still hard when you're actually going through it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
Obviously you could tell that they're very used to it, but it was very interesting to actually see Hernando sitting at the table enduring that.
Especially when he jumped up and really did get into action as the
Oh,
bodyguard.
Because Danny looked at him and she was like,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, you guys are so adorable. But obviously the mood changed when they went back to the apartment, because I didn't notice him at first when he like walked in.
Yeah.
Or when they were walking around, and I was like, what are we looking at?
I thought it was a statue.
I thought it was
like,
a statue.
holding
I
it.
did
Like,
too.
Weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. I was like, why are we looking at a shot like that?
Yeah.
And
I
then
thought
all
it
of a
was some
sudden,
kind of weird art. Yeah.
he was moving the glass. I was like, is that a person?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was like maybe like a henchman. I didn't think it was going to be Joaquin straight up.
I
was
would
like,
be
whoa.
like so far getting out of that house if I saw a masked
Oh, absolutely.
man. I would not sit there and have a conversation with him, I don't think.
I mean, it was kind of rough for them because the fact that he was like, sloshed, pretty much. Like, I think he was pretty hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he was pretty far gone. And it
On
was
the verge of like tears, and also like
those are the scariest kind of drunks that he's an emotional, angry drunk. That's scary. So, so the fact that he was sitting there, and the fact that he even brought up the not the assumption, but the notion of like, I want to watch you
I want to watch her.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
And he's like, people learn from the
I did
best.
not
Didn't
expect
see
that.
that
It's
coming.
so funny because I was sitting there watching this, and the people around me were kind of like, so wait, she likes to watch them, and now what is going on?
Voyeur relationship.
I'm like, we
you know?
already had an orgy the last time. Apparently, we're just gonna start watching. We're just having an audience at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's kind of weird because I know it's like the guy's drunk. I get that. But did he think that pitch would work?
No, he was obviously doing that just to
screw with him.
Yeah. He was just trying to say like, oh, obviously you must be the better lover, and I have to learn from you. It was a very snarky kind of like middle finger to you kind of thing, and I was not happy. I was like, this guy is super dangerous.
When they started sort of, ruffling and moving around, and the bag dropped, and she went to call.
Did you think?
I right there, I was like, boom, he took the phone, and I connected. I was like, she has pictures on that phone. 'Cause remember that creepy?
I didn't think.
No, because at the orgy at the beginning, or one of the things, she was like snapping away at pictures, and I'm like, that's gonna come
did
back.
talk about that, didn't
And I've
we?
been waiting for that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought there was gonna be a hack or something like that. I didn't think he was gonna literally just take the phone and she doesn't notice for a whole day.
That was the
remember
one
that.
thing I brought up when she's like, oh, he must have taken my phone. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's been a whole
Yeah.
day and you didn't notice your phone was missing?
Right.
That
I don't
seems-
trust you
Also,
if you don't notice that.
Rule of thumb: don't keep those saved.
See, that's the other thing when they were freaking out going, you took pictures of us. I was like, what are you doing? You're obviously dating a celebrity. Nudes get out all the time.
Yeah.
It's one I'm not going to make an excuse for nudes or anything like that, but it's one thing if it's like yourself and you're taking it, but you're taking it of two other people.
Yeah.
That crosses the line into like a whole nother field
Right.
of
That's again, that's
creepiness
what the
and
privacy
voyeurism.
thing.
Yeah.
No, like, I understand that she's a freak. I get that. That's fine. Whatever you're
Right.
into,
Whatever
I'm not gonna,
floats
whatever
your
floats
boat.
your boat, whatever rubs your Buddha. I don't care. Okay? I'm just saying. Sorry. I'm just saying. Don't take evidence of it. I understand what you're using that evidence for, but don't have it on your
Yeah,
phone.
I mean, you didn't see everybody who was in the orgy from episode 6 doing that.
No.
Just saying.
Right?
Nobody
they're
was trying to take a
Wolfgang wasn't, like, sitting
selfie.
in the tub going, orgy selfie.
Snapchat, here we go.
Oh,
no, we're doing
gonna
that.
write this on my Zanga page. Nobody was doing it.
On your
Is
what
Zanga still a
page?
thing?
I'm
What's
sorry, I
Zanga?
was
Never
dead.
even.
You
I'm
never
not-
heard of a
never-
Zanga?
No, never heard of Zanga. We'll talk about that
We
later.
have to talk about that later.
I feel like it's a weird thing.
Write
Okay.
that down.
Also, I loved all the Whitney Houston references that he kept, and then he was singing Whitney Houston,
he was.
wasn't
He's
he?
saying, "I
Yeah.
will always love you."
Yeah, when he
even
got
though
the-
technically that's a Dolly Parton song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she sang it first.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a country song. I will look that up later.
Okay.
Are you serious?
I'm super serious.
Do you
Super
think that
Sense8
they're
serious.
like, oh, never mind?
They should seek the help of Nomi, someone said, the hacktivist, to really get in there and fix the... I mean, when she walks out, what's the girl's
disagree.
name? I forget this
Danny?
love thing name. Her
Danny?
name is Danny?
Well, her name's
Danielle.
Daniela,
Okay, yeah,
but
yeah.
They call her
When
Danny.
she walked out, she's like, I'm gonna solve this, I'm like, all I hear is like, no, you're not, you're gonna pick it up even more, this is gonna go bad.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, what's going to happen is she's going to go find the guy and she's going to get killed or assaulted
she's gonna get killed?
or something bad. Like,
something
she's not
bad's
going to be able to
happen
do
her,
anything.
and it's dumb. And I was just sitting there going,
Yeah.
"This is." I mean, not to say that she deserves anything bad to her, but she did. She kind of effed up. just a little bit. Like
No, not a little bit. Do not give Danny any kind of slack here. She messed up a huge bit.
See?
What?
It's in the chat. They said I was right.
Yeah, because they love you and anything you say.
That is so not
Dolly
true. Did
Parton?
you not see that
I
they were
barely
giving me
believe
mad
them.
shade for watching episode 8?
It's all out of love.
Jeez. Sure. But yeah, and I don't know. I just think that she should have really. I mean, I bet you she wasn't thinking, oh, no one's gonna see these pictures. I don't care. I don't
No,
freaking
me neither.
Don't do it.
freaking care.
Just don't do it.
No.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And then jumping into
Preach it.
what?
I said preach it.
There you go.
Retweet.
Retweet.
But the other thing that I definitely want to talk about and get your thoughts on is if you think Cap is digging himself a hole with this whole
Oh yeah.
No.
thing. So we obviously find out really. Oh, okay. Well, I want to recap a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Cap obviously getting very attached to this little girl, which is awesome. She's adorable.
She's so cute.
And I love her to death. And so it's her birthday, and they're having a giant shindig up on like a roof somewhere. I
Yeah.
couldn't really see what was going on
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
And nice. And then all of a sudden he's like, let's, come on. And I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. And then we see a young man tied up to a chair with a bag on his head and lots of, it was like a Dexter
Did
moment. There was,
anybody
like,
else think that
plastic.
was the pinata?
You did only.
Okay.
Candy!
That your head went? You didn't really
He was
think.
kidding.
Oh, I'm like,
He was
no.
kidding. Can you imagine? They're like,
No.
all right, guys.
But
Oh, no, what
that
kind of sick world you live in.
that was.
I mean, I could see it. It would just be the worst, though.
I didn't think that. I thought it would be like, see this guy, he's wronged me. I'm gonna beat him up. I'm gonna teach you.
I didn't think he was gonna just
Oh my god.
I thought he was
Take
going to
off his
make
arms,
him
or
beat him
hands,
up to like
excuse me.
show his loyalty. Of
I
like,
can see
let me
that,
see
yeah.
you.
That's what I thought he
do
was going to do. I
something.
thought he was going to beat him up. I think he was like, okay, go ahead.
Here's
Put
my
him in his
thing.
place.
He did. The guy that got his hands chopped up did do wrong.
He did.
Okay.
He was
What did
watering
he-
down drugs.
He watered down the drugs that the other guy gave him, so he was making double the money.
Yeah.
That's why he's
Yeah.
making double the money.
So-
So, he's
Is
playing
that
him.
wrong? I mean-
what do you mean? Is that well? It ain't right. In
Selling
that-
drugs isn't right though.
But technically it's medicine, and I hope these people just are in need of it. So I'm gonna go with that
I
theory.
don't know.
I just think Cap is being a survivor at this point. He's helping his mom. He's helping himself. He has no other choice. He's being a survivor. That's why I think that he has to do what he has to do.
I mean, that's what I was thinking was the fact that I was like, I'm not super mad at what happened. It was just like, okay, this is a giant scare tactic. You know who you're dealing with
Yeah,
now.
true.
What do you do? So do you think that it's just going to get worse from here on out, or do you think he's going to try to get out after seeing this?
I think he's trying to try to get out. I mean, I think he's gonna find, or at least try to find another route to get the medication for his mom. At the end of the day, he wants his mom to survive and to be better. But I think he's seeing a big old problem now.
Yeah.
I have to say I agree with what Seth just said. I think something bad is going to happen with the girl. And I think he's going to be, and it's going to
sure.
fall on his shoulders, and therefore he will be.
Because why would it be
That's
like,
no good.
because he's the one that drives her around.
Yeah, it's his-
obviously he's gonna be the one who is not responsible, but he's the easiest way to get to her. So either my prediction was that he's either going to be driving and they're going to do the same thing where they like take the girl or like hold up the bus, or something else that will probably happen. I have no idea. Or take her like when she's leaving, because he doesn't like walk her to and from the building. She
Right.
walks up by herself.
But everyone must see his van going in the compound or wherever
what
they're
I'm
staying.
saying.
So like they're gonna mark it if
That's
they
why-
really want her.
Right.
See, that's why I didn't like this plan of let's have Van Damme do it. I understand it's because he's like the toughest guy right now.
In theory, when he's
theory,
connecting to Sun, but
Sun is okay. She's doing
she's okay, and she's about to whoop ass in that jail,
She is
and I can't
getting
wait.
ready.
I know.
I can't wait.
Alexis knows more than we do. I bet there's
Yeah, you probably already.
something-
Oh, I keep forgetting you. Right.
I have
Marisha.
until next week. I might forget for all we know. I have literally, guys, I have a memory of a goldfish. This is why I have to take notes. Like right now, I'm
Yeah.
very surprised that I'm remembering everything off the top of my head and not
You're doing
getting
good. You're doing good
episodes
so far.
7 and 8.
Right
mixed
now
up.
on the YouTube chat, Marisha Schmid says, I love the scene of Cap in the plane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that scene.
Wonderfully
that
acted
whole-
by Cap. I have to say,
I'm
like he was
so good.
really.
Yeah, I forgot to write that down on my notes. Was that the Riley Cap talk in the plane was just nice. I like that Riley is back home with her dad. I'm having a weird, eerie feeling about
Her dad,
home.
Yeah, her dad.
not about
I
her
got
dad.
a weird feeling about her dad.
No.
Her dad is like a weirdo.
No, I mean obviously I got that too, but I feel like there's something else. Like there's something maybe her dad's like involved in something.
think?
I mean I'm doing this, because the fact that, again, I'm actually forgetting stuff for the next episode, but like, I'm actually worried about her being.
Well, then she's visited by somebody in the background.
Okay.
That's the
mystery
whisper.
person.
Is that the whisper?
I don't know.
Or no?
I don't know. That's the problem. Is because it looked like a brunette, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I thought it looked like a guy in a hood.
Was it a guy in a hood?
I don't know. It was very unclear.
It was very.
My screen was buffering.
Right.
Too many pixels.
Could have been a brunette.
I have
been a
dial-up.
Hood. I'm not joking.
It was not a good situation.
So I'm worried about her. I do think things are gonna go bad. It feels bad, eerie, like you said.
Yeah, because you have to think too. Like she left for a reason at some point, right? Mm-hmm. So what is that reason?
I mean, she did almost die.
I mean, you don't leave a household. No, I mean, she left her dad originally at one point.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think there's something that's in Iceland that she's running from. I don't know if it's her dad specifically, but there's got to be something about that house. It just bothers me because deeply. I don't know what it is.
You don't leave a household where you get pancakes every morning. And just constant lovely
a dude
music.
That has a weird shaved thing.
Yeah,
that's my first red flag.
Thing that he has
and brings what's the thing?
Ukulele
to the airport. Oh, how sweet. No, weird. Don't pick me up with a ukulele. No, that's weird, right?
Nicholas goes up to limo drivers at the airport and punches them in the face. I'll drive myself.
To the epic Jordy. I actually don't mind the dad, but there's something about her home. Like I think it's about her mom.
I think that's not a bad.
I think there's something
prediction
with her mom,
there
because she never talks about her.
Yeah, and doesn't
have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I'm like,
that is true.
Who's the neighbor? It's like, oh, he'll drive you around, or they came back for you when they knew you were coming.
I want to know her backstory more than just the fact that she left Iceland for something.
We're gonna get it.
Yeah,
I'm so
excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw Garrett and I was like, hi, Garrett.
No, one of your fans that doesn't care about me or Cameron.
Oh my word. So we get to see Wolfie and Kala a little bit, or a lot of it actually.
These two. Was no one feeling like I thought it was Twilight or like 50 Shades of something?
It did.
That tension, that sexual buildup.
Yeah.
Very white sexual tension.
Yeah.
As you're watching, you're like,
yeah. I literally just
it was the slowest moving. I didn't even know they were moving in. I'm like, you're there. And then they didn't because of what's his name? What's the dude's name? Oh,
Felix.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is kind of annoying because it's like you interrupted us and then when I got shot.
Yeah. So
thanks,
funny,
pal.
Because he was just like grabbed his face. I was like, oh, Felix, you cock blocker.
You knew that was gonna happen though. Like,
I knew. Yeah.
But I loved the transition from like it being rainy in Berlin.
That was awesome.
That was
sunny and warm.
I wanted to quote that. Whatever she was saying, she was describing everything, and then she was
really
like,
cool.
"I don't think this is a miracle" or something like that. And I wanted to. I didn't, but I wanted to. Guys, if you're in the chat, find that quote of how she's describing all of the senses and tasting the coffee, and send it to us.
ABTV Sense8, hashtag it on Twitter.
Yes, I want them to be together so freaking bad. And as soon as Felix was like, oh, they're gonna buy all the diamonds, I was like, this doesn't bode well in anything that's happening.
Lanavis on the YouTube chat says, don't compare the perfection of Caligang with Twilight or 50
Lanavis
Shades.
was like on my side at the beginning of this, and they're changing sides already.
Yes, please
Look
don't
out.
the trunk scene though.
Oh yeah, when she's like, and he has a big
trunk. And I was like, sure.
I like how she takes it a step further and she's like, very big trunk, and it was very funny.
It was so adorable. I
love Kala.
I love her too, but like right now her story is like super not important to me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but wait. Can we talk about when we got to see her as a little kid?
She was adorable.
And that other little kid, they both were so cute, the two of them, and they snuck into.
I love the story of her and why she's connected to Ganesha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ganesh?
He said Ganesha.
Okay, well,
in the thing, but I thought it was Ganesh.
I thought it was Ganesh
too,
but
either way.
Please somebody, put it in the live chat.
That was such a fun scene.
It made a lot of sense. That's why she's always there praying every time, and I love that. And I like her story for what the culture that it is, but at the same time, I am more intrigued with like Nomi and Cab.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, they're progressing the story, I feel, in some way.
The
more
overall,
to me.
yeah.
I
would agree.
And I just feel like she's always like the last part you know, of the train of Sense8.
Yeah.
So I right now I'm kind of like, I'm glad she's okay.
Well,
let's move on.
We have to think about it though. He is saying that he wants a break and he wants to go visit her. So
I know,
maybe
I'm
they're
so
going to be
excited
the
about
first two.
That meetup.
Yeah, and then they would really be a front runner.
This guy.
You're into it?
He's super
I want to see it. I want to see it.
I just want at least one of them to just find each other somewhere and just meet.
I'm just gonna call this right now because
Okay.
we all, I think, know this scene's gonna happen.
What?
Whoever it is, whenever they meet up, it's gonna be they're gonna talk to them like everybody else can't see them, and then everybody can see them. You know, because they're so used to everybody else not being able to see them.
Yeah, everywhere. That's true.
Yeah. Well,
they'll be like, "Who's your friend?" And then they'll be like,
You see them?
"You see him?"
They're all getting. I mean, Riley was very chill on the. That would be. Wait, can they not feel them now?
it's weird because
because orgy. They
Right,
have
but
to
that-
feel
I
each
don't
other.
think that was-
I think that's in your brain. I really don't think they can actually feel each other.
Oh, what? In the
But
world?
it's weird because like
We would have found out if Kala and Wolfgang kissed. We would have found out, I think.
yeah. And I
It's
think
like
she would have
sensing kissing yourself though. If you feel both ends, that's
I bet
weird.
I can just imagine like
That's
I can totally see like somebody like thinking that they're about to kiss somebody and it's actually just like the air, you know?
Imagine
Yeah.
seeing
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Actually, in LA, I feel I do see a few people doing that.
I
once
see
in a
that
like
while.
every
the weird,
morning.
Yeah,
like,
not
the weird hand
unusual.
behind your back kind of. You know,
Thank you,
ordeal.
Garrett. Oh, he just said hi to
Hey,
everybody.
Garrett.
Hello, Garrett.
Oh.
I think he joined 10 minutes ago, but
So-
nice of him to just
All
say hi.
right.
I'm sensing a lot of salt in the air right
No.
now.
It's
gonna be
Sodium.
okay.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of
It's
salt
gonna be okay.
happening. Anyway, so
I want to get to Nomi and how what
Okay.
she started. I mean, this
Hit it.
one.
well,
Hit it.
we definitely have to talk about before we get into Know Me
Yep.
about how we lost Felix because you know they were in the shop. He was getting the diamonds out, and this girl.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, "This is where you die." Like that's, and I called it, guys.
I
You
didn't
can
think
go
so.
back- You can go back into
knew
all
it.
the after shows. I said something's gonna happen to Felix. He's either gonna die or
You
he's gonna
did.
get hurt.
Yeah.
Boom.
You did.
And he.
That was crazy. He got hit with a shotgun through a glass door.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I think
bad.
that's my only beef with that scene is I don't think they could have hit him from that far away with a
Also-
shotgun. But I know that's getting a
It's-
little.
I don't know. I
Picking
mean,
and
through
picking.
glass, maybe. But I don't know if it'd be like a dead. You know, I don't really know much
Yeah, 'cause
about
I don't
the
know how much.
shotgun
I don't know how many
bullet.
feet was
Yeah.
away from the curb
Yeah.
to where he was at, but like, if you saw the shotgun, that thing was huge.
Couldn't pay me to be the girl to be like, yeah, I'll stand there for a second while we time you driving by and
Yeah.
shooting, and then
Yeah.
I'll run.
Yeah, that
No,
was
thank
so-
you.
knock. I would not be able. I'd be like, hey,
She slowly backs up. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
was like, that would have been
you
like,
help
no.
can you help a girl out? I just actually help me out in like 30 seconds.
yeah, no.
I would not.
And the fact that the other thing that was, again, this is more nitpicky, was the fact that the guy who was in the van pumped another one and then they drove off. I was like, so what was that supposed to be? You supposed to scare them?
Yeah, did they recognize Wolfgang too, or
Yes.
did they just think?
I think they wanted to
were
leave
like,
him alive. I
see,
think they wanted to be
I think
like,
it was more like a message.
it was definitely a message.
See what
It
we
was a
can
scare
do.
tactic.
See what we know you did.
It was a scare
Bye-bye.
tactic. That's
Message
exactly-
received. I'm going to India. Like seriously.
For real.
I just felt really freaking bad for Felix, because one, I mean, he was acting like a little poop like a few episodes ago, trying to be clean here, but at the same time, he doesn't deserve to obviously get shot.
Here's the
point blank.
thing.
Well.
Did he deserve to die? You know, no, obviously. But homie wasn't innocent. He was robbing people he knew were dangerous. He was gloating with all the cash. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Am I gonna shed a tear? No.
I mean, it's
Why?
If the boot fits, do deserve to
did it.
die.
He wasn't innocent walking down the street. So
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with you because
yeah. I'm reading Andrew what he said, that
What's
it
Andrew
wasn't
saying?
that far from the curb, and that gun was mostly assuredly custom. So it was probably a custom made gun. That's why it was
Oh, this
Oh,
is interesting
Wolfie's-
now.
yeah.
Talon 530 on the YouTube machine. It was Wolf's
that
cousin.
guy, the guy from the first episode when they went to go crack the safe and he missed out.
when he was walking, like in the funeral thing, is that dude?
Yeah, that guy, the bald. I thought so, because I was about to ask you guys, did he seem familiar? And someone help me out, because obviously I recognized his face. And I was like, ooh.
Wow.
Thank you. What was that? Talon 530. That was really awesome of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Talon.
That was.
My goodness.
That was rough.
So do we think he's gonna go to India?
No, I think he's gonna stay with Felix and probably get his revenge. I can't see him just running off because
I don't know though.
I can.
I think he is gonna
Really?
run off because
I
he's
really
like
hope
Now he's
not.
getting nothing to hold him there.
he also doesn't seem to care about the diamonds really.
No, but I think he wants to get revenge for the fact that they almost killed
I
his
don't-
best friend.
I think he's aware of what revenge means at this point,
also
and
very
he
true.
may,
I think
he
so.
may
Yeah,
just say, I don't know if I got it in me.
All right, that makes sense. I will give you
Well,
that.
you've seen 8, so you tell us. Does it
that
happen?
I'm
episode
not
8
saying
speaking?
anything because, again, I'm actually forgetting a lot
Okay,
of stuff right
good.
now because
Thank
I'm
God
trying
for
to
your bad
remember
memory.
episode 7, season 7. I'm a hot
It's like in
mess.
episode 8, Darth Vader says.
Yeah.
Luke-
And Yoda came out and was cutting off people's hands with a lightsaber. It was weird. But the one thing I definitely was not aware of was we had Niles, it started with a B. Bulger. Yeah, Bulger. Niles, we find out that they go to...
What, Cameron?
This is a nice Wookiee noise. Niles.
Oh my gosh.
So sorry.
So
It cracked me
many-
up.
So many Star Wars. Okay, sorry. All right, I'm fine. So they find out that Niles Bulger is at a hospital and he was lobotomized by the same doctor. They tried to, obviously Nomi got a little freaked out because she's like, oh my god, that could have been me.
Also, just a creepy looking
He was,
dude.
what was
yeah.
He was
Oh my
watching cartoons, I think,
God.
right? Or
He's
something
watching
like-
some messed up stuff. It was like,
Oh, I think he was watching like Night of the Living Dead or something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
he was. You're
Yeah,
right.
He was watching Night of the Living
Yeah.
Dead, and I was like, that's creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I see
mean,
that movie pop up a lot actually
do.
in television now. That's like I don't know.
It's a
random.
classic.
It's really random.
It's a classic. But so I'm looking at the wrong notes. I can't look at those. So they find out. They go to the doctor's apartment.
yeah.
Metzger.
Yes, I can never say his name. I don't know why.
It's a weird name.
It's a weird name. I can never remember it. But what? Sorry, I'm reading the chat. So they go in there and they're trying. I can't remember what she was trying to get off the computer.
Just, I think, any kind
Any
of
kind of
deeper
information.
I
She
thought so,
wanted
'cause
to
I know she was looking for
know,
information, but I couldn't remember what it was.
She just wanted to know any kind of information about the surgery, any other people he was connected to, and then she also had this other doctor that she talked to on the phone.
That's
when
right.
they were
I
in
did
the-
skip that. Yes.
Yeah, and so I think she was maybe trying to look up some information.
Also, how
Weird
weird
that-
was that phone call?
That Dr. Madison just knew it
Is this
was
Nomi?
her, right?
I think Dr. What was it again?
Matheson.
See?
I think Dr. Matheson knows the sensate thing. That's my gut on that.
I think in that little clan, I think they all do, because think about how Dr. Metzger reacted when he confronted Nomi and he was like, what did you do? And he knew what that meant. He knew that she was like, he said, you're
all
going to kill
gonna
us
die.
all or something.
Yeah,
so if
that's
everyone
weird.
knows that's what it means and they
Yeah.
clearly know it's more than just crazy person surgery, like, no.
No, and we all sat here and we're like, this doctor knows
Yeah.
way too much. I
Yeah.
mean, there wouldn't be. There's got to be a reason why.
True.
So the fact that she was. I mean, I loved that Neats and her had like these really crazy tactics to get into the house. With
And the
her.
alarm system, clever. What?
The alarm system, I liked her crowbar idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to sit there
So
and start
good.
breaking into people's houses, but I
Well.
did like the fact that she closed the door with the crowbar
Yeah.
so you know that if someone opens the door, you'll hear it. 'cause
As soon
it's
as she
heavy.
did that, did we not all go, oh, someone's going to come in and
Of
open
course.
the door?
I was like, obviously.
oh, no,
they can't-
totally.
Yeah, no. I'm like, she's not going to get away with that. So,
Yeah.
Ooh, nose. So the fact that he comes in and they're trying to, she has her mace out, like her little pink, her little
I saw
pink
that
mace
going
out.
bad.
With some more weapons and mace.
Yeah.
They were. I mean, I wish she had the crowbar, but she used it as an alarm tactic, so it was kind of
man.
hard to do that.
At least
but I
a
mean,
taser,
how
right?
how crazy would it have been if you like walked in and you saw a crowbar fall from your door?
Well,
You're like,
first of all, if I see a crowbar in my door, I'm not going in the apartment.
hello.
I'm going to India.
I'm
Somebody-
calling
With-
the police right now.
See, I agree.
No, I'm walking outside, calling the police when I'm far away.
This is why I get along with Nicholas.
Don't they make such
Yeah.
a good team though?
No, avoid confrontation.
Yes.
Avoid a dangerous
I
situation.
know. I feel like they were prepared,
get out
but
alive.
not prepared.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like they were prepared and not prepared at the same time.
I think they just did not think anyone was going to be joining them.
Yeah, which
But
I
it's like
kind of.
if you're breaking into someone's
always a
home,
risk.
it's always a risk
Yeah.
that somebody, this person could have a girlfriend, a wife,
Right.
something.
It's always
and
a
they could
risk
just be
that they
like,
left the oven on or something.
Yeah.
They just walk in like, oh, I forgot my keys or something like real stupid like that. And then,
Dr.
like,
Metzger, by the way, living lavish. Nice place.
Yeah,
Right?
great place.
Nice
Clearly being
place.
funded by some high entity, I feel.
obviously, and the fact that literally, when Jonas was starting to be a part of me, he's like, is Jonas here right now? You've killed us
Yeah,
all.
he
I
knew
was like,
who Jonas was.
I was like, yeah. I was
Homie.
like, I literally was like
Oh, that's
yelling
right.
at my TV, going, oh, "Nicholas, Cam, and I knew it. There's something deeper going on." I mean, obviously because of what we saw, but
Right.
yeah. So we, all of a sudden, I think Niles just burst in, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh, yeah.
much.
He literally was
he was
just.
in a suit, and he was just like, "I'm here to kill some people." And it threw me off. I was like, "What the?"
I didn't think he had the brain
absolute what?
function.
No, I didn't either. And I also felt, although he was aggressive at all times, I didn't feel he was there to hurt Nomi or do anything to Nomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I felt like he was there for the doctor.
Yeah, and so even when they were running and down how about the guy, the poor neighbor? Oh, poor
I
neighbor.
know.
That's another thing. Someone knocks your door saying, help, don't open.
Well, no, I think he
Don't
was
come to my
already coming
door.
out. I think he was going somewhere or coming out.
I
although
thought he heard
turned
the
whole-
ruckus.
Poor
was
guy,
like-
though.
No,
My
he,
God.
yeah. That,
What a way to go out.
Just gonna check the mail. Oh, hey, what's up,
sucked.
Doc? Boom.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him because he was just like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? And shot like a whole bunch of times.
And
I
then
was just like,
Niles,
jeez.
well,
So he killed the doctor,
And
then
then-
he killed himself.
with the same way that,
And-
But isn't that crazy? Because who did we see in the mirror?
yeah, the whisper.
I want to call him Santa Claus so bad.
Oh, the
He
same
does.
guy we
He
saw
is.
with Will. I forgot about that storyline, but Will met with the
Yeah.
the kids, and he found the pictures and the same dude at the
that
place
was
that we saw that night.
also nuts. I'm sorry that we didn't get to talk about that, but yeah, that whole scene, I was just kind of like,
I didn't feel good about that.
I was like, oh, I really wish that he didn't find that out from them.
Doesn't this kind of blow up
seems
the
weird.
little kid spot? Like now everyone knows that he's friends with the police, and like doesn't that kind of put a
No,
weird?
because I mean, he just wanted information. And
So he was just
yeah, it was just an
doing the
exchange,
whole
I
exchange,
guess.
okay.
So I
Now,
mean,
this is interesting.
I mean, they have nothing to do with it, really.
Andrew Fedge on YouTube says Bolger's mission was definitely keep Nomi from as much information as possible, but I don't think so because he was going after Dr. Metzger.
At first, I thought he was trying to kill them both, and then when he went after the doctor, I said, okay, I guess he was just trying to get rid of him.
I don't know. See,
it's very confusing to me because like when Nomi was there, it clearly activated Niles when she went to meet him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the guy, what Metzger got on the phone. The call, I think, was like Nomi visited Niles or something like that. But why would that mean then we go kill Metzger? I guess to make sure that she gets no information. But why not kill Nomi?
Well,
in
no,
that
I think-
I
situation?
just
Right.
know that when Niles, when Nomi finally met up with Niles, I guess since we talked about the whispers, that's what Jonas said. I feel like because we know that Niles obviously cannot function on his own, he must have some sort of power to like possess these people. And this is what I was thinking with my family. We were talking about it, and they think that that's why they lobotomize people. The
Why?
whispers is because they want to control them because they have no control of their brain anymore. That's why they wanted Nomi to be lobotomized so they can take over her body, and she's a sensate. So they have. I know we're getting into predictions, but
No,
like,
okay, I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
I guess it's just like, okay, so I forget his name. The guy that popped up quick and was like, "They're here, they're coming."
Jonas.
Okay, Jonas. So it's Jonas over here.
That
The
was so
Whispers
creepy.
over here. Jonas is like good side, trying to help them. Whispers are like negative people that can get in the heads of sensates. Okay,
It's
But
hard.
because,
I'm gonna have to
It's
digest
hard to
that
keep
for another
track.
episode. So
Yeah.
no comment here.
No, it was just we were just sitting there watching it, going, I think this is what that's for, because it doesn't make sense for the whispers to do it. I mean, he can do it in his own body when he's outside talking to them, but if they're lobotomized, there's no control there.
Yeah.
That's why we saw his reflection when he was shooting himself in the mouth.
Oh.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
That whole freaking scene was just like, oh my god. And I feel bad because Neats is just like, there's people dying everywhere. At this
You know
point.
what? Props to Neats. Props to
Oh my
Neeks.
God.
I can't tell you there's any love in my life that I would
relationship
ever.
goals.
I will walk away.
Yeah, like sitting there breaking into things.
People are talking. You saying people are talking in your head. You're hacking things. There's people shooting. You're breaking into places. It's like I just want to go
crazy.
live my normal life. Wake up, get a coffee in the morning. Like I don't want to deal with that.
I had to literally like commit a heavy crime to get you out of the hospital.
Like that was like super.
Like,
Like, she can go to
burn
jail
the
for a
waiting
long time.
room
See, I
down.
agree with you. God love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, she is like my favorite. Even though she's not an actual sensate, she might as well be.
She might as sometimes
She's more
the people that aren't
connected in it.
sensates are really interesting. Even like Lito's boyfriend, like he's not a sensate, but also
Fernando.
very interesting.
I love him so much. It was so great. I feel bad that they can't be together outside, but this is this is a really good way to have them out there. But let's jump into predictions.
Can I read one
Alright.
thing
So-
before?
Yes, please.
So
Okay.
Lana says,
Now,
oh wait,
your AfterBuzz TV.
Added lights.
Well,
No.
we don't get to see it that often in,
I think the
in
lights.
well, because you can in Studio A you can
Oh,
kind of
that's
see
right.
it.
That's right.
This one
Yeah.
you can see it a little bit more.
he's new here, but what can I? Okay, so Lanavis said, I think all the sensates could theoretically possess other sensates, but
Ooh,
the
that's right.
possessed ones to be they want them to be brain dead. I can't read that. I don't make sense of it, but it made sense when I first read
It's
it.
okay.
I swear.
I think all the sensates could theoretically possess other sensate, but need the possessed ones to be brain dead or otherwise lacking its own consciousness.
Okay, it makes it easier for them to take
That's
over.
what I'm saying. That's why
Wow.
I think that's
Wow.
why they wanted to take Nomi. Because if she, because we've seen it before, Sun has taken over Cap's body when they're fighting,
Yes.
stuff like that. So we know that they can do it, but it makes sense that you can completely take over somebody's body and everything. Because when you're lobotomized, you cannot move. You're a vegetable.
Right.
So it wouldn't make sense for Niles to just get up and start moving if he's been lobotomized.
True.
I also forgot about the direct eye contact thing that we touched upon quickly when
Yes.
Will was at the jail.
Yeah,
Hasn't
yeah.
really come up again.
No.
Well, maybe it'll come out more often
Yeah.
in the next few episodes. I remember noticing that, and I was like, why can't you look them in the eyes again? That's weird. But I mean, that's how they get to you, because when you're lobotomized, you kind of don't.
You don't really. You'll just stare
Yeah,
at the
you're a
TV. So
vegetable.
anyone that
So if the whispers guy came up to you, that's it.
All right, let's do predictions.
so
I want to hear
scared.
your predictions
My
first.
prediction right now is that to go through everything, I think I'm trying to remember everything now.
I'm gonna jump in with Sun. I just
Yeah,
want to talk
Sun-
about her. She's my biggest prediction right now because I didn't see a lot of her, but I think she's really gonna wreak some havoc at jail, and
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how her storyline is going to
Okay,
affect
I'm not going to
others.
predict because I've seen the next
I
episode. so I'll be
agree
quiet.
with you. I think
Sorry,
she's
I
gonna
just
kick
remembered
some
everything,
booty.
So I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, right.
I think she's gonna take her sewing machine and throw it at somebody.
I love
think she's
her.
gonna
I love
Yeah.
her new friend. I don't know her name.
yeah.
Soon Jin, I think
I
is her
don't-
name.
I don't know.
I
Oh.
love her.
I do think that she's
love her.
that's a relationship that's gonna
but
continue.
I'm also curious as to why she's in jail.
Well,
Because we didn't get that.
no,
right?
but I loved the quote that was like, in this country, sometimes the only place you can find a brave, honest woman is in jail. And they all were like, cheers to that, let's do it.
Yeah,
And
I
I
love
was
her.
like,
I love her. I love her cellmates. I love
Yeah.
her. Oh my gosh, I think that she's actually in a pretty. I mean, she's not in the great place. She's in prison, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm not worried
She's
about
in
her.
the better of bad places.
Yes.
I definitely agree. I think Sun is gonna kick some butt next episode. I
Yeah.
think she's gonna help that girl break out. I think Wolfgang and Kala
they're gonna break
are
out?
going. I think so.
Oh, you think they're gonna break out?
Of prison?
I think they're breaking out.
I mean-
Wolfgang and Kala, they are going to be in India together next episode.
Yes.
That
And
is
they're
going to
gonna
happen.
have
So many
coitus.
babies. So many babies.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't
We will
wait.
see how far the trunk reaches, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in next week.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe that just came out of your guys' mouths.
What's up?
But that's the big one for me.
That is the
I
big
do-
one.
That is
I
literally
listeners, you need to
a big
watch.
one.
You need to watch the video. It's pretty hysterical watching these two go at it in a good way.
And I think in a good way, I think that Cap is something's gonna happen with that
I'm really
situation.
scared.
I just hope he keeps his hands. I think he will.
I think he
don't think
kind
they're
of
going
needs. He
anywhere.
kind of needs them. I don't know what.
If
kind
we
of
get a
bus
season
driver.
2, a handless Cap would be.
I know
pretty
that a lot of
obsolete.
people have been asking if if we know if we're going to get a season 2. I haven't read anything yet. Some people have said that there is going to be a season 2. I need to look up more information on it. If you guys find anything, please send us stuff. I won't have any. I'm not going to predict too much because obviously I did see the episode. There's a lot of holes because I can't actually remember everything unless I look at my notes right now. But the one thing I am looking forward for season-wise predictions is that I'm expecting more instant changes between the sense.
Like
the
a
sensate.
quicker pace.
Yeah, because I feel like
that.
people they've all kind of, especially with Riley, I feel like we've all been able to kind of talk to each other to a point, and we all have introduced, especially Cap has also kind of gotten around and talked to everybody. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be easy for people to just jump in when they need to, like, I need help, and it's just going to work. And then eventually they'll figure out a way to find each other. And obviously, I'm excited to know more about how this whispers and, you know, if there's any more other lobotomized people and how just the past and just, I feel like now that Jonas can kind of come up whenever he wants to or whenever he can get the chance, I think that it's going to be easier for these guys to be able to function with their powers, or not their powers, but their sharing and connections.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm predicting for the rest of the season, since I can't give too much away.
Cool. I'm excited.
So
I do have a little bit of news really, really fast to breeze through.
Yes, please, go for it.
Which is that the Sense8 playlist is now available on Spotify.
Hey, I heard about that.
So,
What? I didn't know any of that.
So if you guys love the music from the show like we do, you can actually go check that out on Spotify, the app, the thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's great music. So I'm happy
Cool.
that they ended up doing that.
I'm so excited. I might need to look into that. But
Do it.
that's pretty. Anything else that you guys want to touch on? Predictions or what you guys felt about the episode overall?
No, I liked it. I'm gonna like it even more, I think, as this becomes a faster pace.
So the other thing before, I know we have like a few minutes left before we wrap up. A lot of people always ask me this every time, because I know a lot of people told me that episode 6 and on or 7 and on is where it gets like really fast paced and you're in it. Is this how, are you guys like, I mean, obviously we're all on board, but like, do you feel like it's like really kind of building up a little bit better than how it was? Because I felt kind of slow in the beginning.
I feel like I'm able to wrap my head around it now a lot better than I was.
I am gonna agree. Like, to be honest, section, I would say I was kind of over the pace that they were giving us after like episode
it was
3, and it was a lot of like new info, and I'm like, let's use the info we got for right now, and let's start doing stuff, and we are, and I am excited about that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I feel like all the characters are pretty. They're pretty there at this point. Like, I feel like we can't learn anything more about them. I think the only characters I do want to learn more about is Riley and her family past, because that's kind of a mystery, and I'm trying to think of who else. Kala, and seeing how she's gonna progress from this wedding, because I feel like she's been having the same conundrum for like months, even though it's only been
You
like
ain't getting married, you going Wolfgang.
Ain't gonna do it.
Sign it off. Okay.
I know. So, but again, thanks guys so much for hanging out with us for episode 7. I'm sorry that it was all over the place.
Sorry.
I'm very excited to talk about the next episode, obviously because I saw it by accident. But again, thanks guys. If you guys are on iTunes, or at least go check out iTunes, I actually have a couple of reviews I want to read real quick, but again, you can go into iTunes, find the Sense8 on AfterBuzz TV, give us 5 stars, 4 stars, or anything else that we need to work on. While I look that up, introduce yourselves, sorry. Tell us your Twitter so they can find you and all that awesome stuff.
Y'all can find me at Nicholas Grava on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat if you'd like.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going there. I feel like we've known each other for a while now. AK, I'm trying to take over your fans, so we'll see. Trying to get this panel down.
Jeez.
Oh my god, you can follow me, Twitter, Instagram, all of that good stuff at the only camshaft, CameronLewis.com. Here at AfterBuzz TV, tweet hashtag ABTVSense8. Tell us what you think of the show. Alexis, did you have those reviews?
I do. We have BayFan74 who gave us 4 stars, saying that the show is doing really, really well. We love it. Thanks. Good job, guys. Keep up the good work. Also from Statisticks, AB can be a hit or miss with the after shows, but this one is a winner.
Oh.
Well, thank you
That's very
so much.
sweet of you.
I might have read those before because I feel like I did, but I wanted to say it again so you guys can really, so you guys can really review and things like that. I'm definitely gonna get some comments for next week because I definitely want to know what you guys think of the next episode for episode 8. Thanks guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Oh, you can find me at aTorres890.
Bye guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.